of the Indian pharma companies are difficult to understand. In this video, we are going to learn to understand the pharma companies by knowing the fundamentals because there are many unfamiliar words like API, generic drugs, patent litigations, etc. This is the main reason that there are any ups and downs in the share price can't be understood properly even after reading the quarterly results. So if you need to invest in a pharma company or you already picked any pharma companies for investing, you need to know the details which we are going to discuss in this video. If you know the details, you can easily understand the movement of the stock and the latest updates from the share. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Generally, Indian generic pharma companies are global players around the world. To US, we are exporting around 40% of generic drugs. India is a dominant player in US pharma sector. To UK, we are exporting around 25% of their drugs. If we take 100 medicines, 25% is Indian made. To say simply, the stocks of the companies which we are investing here is dominant player in US and UK pharma sectors. First we will understand what is generic drugs. There are two types, one is branded and the next one is generic. For a particular disease, a pharma company will do R&D process. So after getting some good results, they will apply and get patent for those drugs and finally sell those drugs in the market. These types of drugs are called as branded drugs. These types of drugs are generally produced by US based companies and they will be available at a very higher price because they need to invest a huge amount for R&D and they will invest in dollars. So after getting good results, they need to do marketing for the drugs. So in order to take all the amount back along with their profit margin, they need to sell those drugs at a very higher price. So only these types of drugs are not available at affordable price in countries like India. Generic drugs are something the copycat of the branded drugs. The patent issued to the production of branded drugs is only for a certain period of years as they invested in R&D and invented the drug. So a period of time is given to them to take the invested amount along with the profit. All the governments around the world are encouraging many players in the pharma sector. So only the patent is exclusively allotted for a specific period of time. So after that, some other company will apply for the patent to produce the drugs. So a company freshly invests in R&D and sell the drugs at a very higher price are called as branded drugs, and the companies which produce the same drugs after the expiry of the patent of the branded drugs at a very cheaper price are called as generic drugs. For example, if a branded drug was sold at 40,000 rupees, the same generic drugs will be selling at 4 to 5,000 rupees. Our Indian pharma companies are very dominant player in this type of generic drugs. Next we will come to vaccine. Around 60% of the world's vaccine are produced in India. India is famously called as the pharmacy of the world. API is called as active pharmaceutical ingredients. Active ingredients in a medicine to function is called as API in a drug. To say simply, ingredients that performs the main function in a medicine. Pharma companies are facing two main issues. One is regulatory approvals and the next one is patent. Indian pharma companies are facing mainly regulatory approvals because as we are exporting to US, there is an organization in US called FDA which monitors the drugs whether it is meeting their standard or not. They often visits to the production plant in India to monitor whether they are maintaining the standard while the production. So observation in a company starts, the stock price starts to fall until a good observation result came. The next one is patent. There are two types in it. One is patent expiry and the next one is patent litigation. Generic companies will also face patent expiry. So after that, some other companies will apply for the patent to produce the drugs. So every company in the pharma sector will face patent expiry. If a drug in a pharma company is going to expire, they are having some other drug as replacement means there will be no movement in the share price. But if they don't have any drug as replacement, there will be huge fall in the share price. Indian pharma companies are mainly facing patent litigations because they need to win the approval against the branded companies who really invented the drug and also to win the competition, because many companies will apply for the same patent. For example, we can take the Ozempic drug, in which war was going between the Natco Pharma and Dr. Reddy. So the stock price of the company will move up who wins the patent. So these are the main things to consider before investing in a pharma company. If you know all these details in a pharma company, then you can easily understand the fluctuations of the share price. There is another analysis called A to Z analysis, in which all the alphabets from A to Z is linked to analysis of the pharma sector. If you need that analysis too, mention in the comments. Thank you.